Hello everyone, I played Kashtira at a 3v3 case tournament hosted by People's Card Shop located at Las Vegas, and it was 2 days before the YCS 3v3 Las Vegas. So a bunch of players try to test or have fun with their team were there. So it was a pretty huge 3v3 event, and I was a second place. I personally was undefeated, but uh, my other teammates got lost. Both of them lost in the finals, so I ended up getting second place. I played a slightly different list at Las Vegas, but pretty much the same list and the similar game plan. So I'll explain this right now. So for the hand trap lineup, play double Veiler, one draw, and 3 Ash and 2 Nibs. So double Veiler, I felt it's pretty good in mirror match because a lot of times in mirror match you or your opponent will handle be like one unicorn and 4 non-engines, or like some dead cards. For example, like one unicorn and 1 element Kashtira. So in those cases, if you Veiler the unicorn, they just have to pass and you pretty much win the game. Yeah, the deck's pretty fragile. It's usually 2-card combo. And if you're 1-card combo, you just lose to like 1 interruption. So that's why I value hand trap a lot. And also, like if you Veiler the Alober, it's pretty strong usually against Despia. Like hand trapping Despia once will make them have like 2 or 3 less cards eventually. So unlike some other people think they just play like Book of Eclipse, like 3 of Eclipse and like no hand trap. I still thought hand traps are important. 2 nibs, not the 3, because a lot of people, even in the main deck, play around nibs. So a lot of times it's just a dead card. But I did want to have them as my target for crossout designator. And if I only play 1, then I would like draw 1 and just not have a target in my deck. So I decided to play 2, and I like the ratio. Draw is a crossout target, and also as a 1-of, it's a very strong card. It's just only bad if you draw 2 or 3 draw at the same time, because like if you draw them, you want to play the game, not like grind. So 1 draw is fine. I tested 3 draws, thinking in mirror match draw is pretty strong, because you can hit on terraforming or like the field spell. They just have to pass it. Like Fentanyl Unicorn Search is just not happening, so technically they're like -2. But I actually like kept drawing like multiple draws, and that just cost the game, and I'm testing, so I just ended up having 1. It was perfect. In the Las Vegas, I mean the main event, I caught 1 Veiler, even though I kind of liked it, because I wanted to play more tactics in Eclipses. For engines, these 4 don't want to play more, and 3 of the best ones. And the 3 imperms for the end traps actually pretty important in my opinion. So 3, so 11 hand traps, including the imperm. And another non-engine card, I play 3 prosperity. It's pretty standard. And in the case event, I just play 1 and 1. They're also for the use, but mainly for the crossout designator targets. Because like these 2 cards will just make your board nothing. So you cross out their nib during your turn and then set it, and during opponent's turn you can cross out these 2. Sometimes if you're pretty confident you're not losing, you can cross out their engines. And it's pretty standard because other 10 spot are dedicated for the good cards and 1 bad card. So that's 40 card main deck. but at the YCS main event, which I also did pretty well. I overall, for including the main event and the case tournament and the 3v3 uncut sheet event, I was 13 win, 3 loss, and 1 draw. But we just stayed 2, but didn't get into the top cut. So anyway, so these I added them. Had to cut the Veiler for the space and then played 41 at the Vegas. It was fine. 9 to my extra deck. Played 1 Lingriba, 1 Donner for the K7 and also for the YCS. They're pretty standard. Some people play like 2 Lingriba in the main deck because of the Diablosis, but like I ended up never getting Ibli locked. Some people would do it, but like most of the times they're actually Sprite players. I don't really know why Sprite gives you Ibli, but and when every single player just have Lingribo in their extra deck. But anyways, if they Lingribo Ibli, just in case you just have 1 Lingribo, and most of the time Prosperity going first, you would just banish it. And some interesting cards, I played these two monsters, Link monsters, for the situation where I get the D-barriered, but I almost got didn't get D-barriered once for like 15 matches I played. So I will be cutting them for in the future and just playing these 2, which means I play 1 of these in my main extra deck. And so Diablosis, just a good 1 of 2 Zeus. I think you need 2. So 1 Shangri-La. It's because a lot of times when opponent mind deckers you because you lost to Dairo, they as soon as they see you play 1 Shangri-La, they will just banish it because they think it's important to be in their deck. But actually going second, you're just busy making your Big Eye, Dark Armed, and the Dracossack and the Zeus with your level 7 monsters. So you really don't need them going second. You only need them against like trap decks going second, because like this and the fill spell pops cards. But they obviously, those trap decks like Labyrinth don't have the mind decker, so you don't really need 2 of them. Only reason why you would need 2 is to make the double Shangri-La going first and then mind decker Rise Art to lock 5 zones. But I'll be playing later, but I thought like locking 5 zone was just not a good plan in general, so that's why I played just 1. So 1 Big Eye and the good Xyz, the rank 7s, they're all pretty important, and the two Rise Art, because they come up, the second one comes up and they can mind decorate Rise Art if you just play 1. And this package is the most important card in the game plan right now. So say that you start with the unicorn and another card. Say that it's a unicorn birth, and then you would just make these 2 with using the Shangri-La with just 1 lock after locking 1 with the Rise Art effect triggering, and then you just make the Dracossack and use these 2 to make the utopic feature. So if they have Nibiru, they have the Nib and the utopic feature, and they'll get the 0 attack, 0 defense token. So they just have like the bad token in their deck, and you would just put everything in defense so they're locked in the zone, and whenever you get your turn, you can just clear the 0/0 token easily. So, and then if they don't nip them, you would have a Draco feature and then birth, revive Fenrir, and then make the Arise Art on top of the Fenrir, so you'd have the Arise Art. And that enables us to set the cross out, because otherwise if you don't have like a Draco feature, it's like similar card to the Crystal Wing of the Virtual World, so that like if after they make that, they cannot nib you unless they have like impermanent, which most of the times don't. you can then set the cross out, because if you don't have this card at all, if you try to like lock 5 zone or like even lock 3 zone and Arise Art pass, you just cannot set your cross out that you have, because like they can nib you after setting your card. So like this card makes your cross out live and can be defensive against the tactics and the Book of Eclipse. So because of that reason, I just thought like I would never lock 5 zone. I mean, try to lock 5 zone, because like I have to make this. So that means like Shangri-La is just not locking anymore, and I'm not summoning the Elvises in my turn. Also because it's a numbers card with along with the big eye, you cannot make the utopic feature. So you would have to make this. Use the Shangri-La and the Phantom Beast to make into utopic feature. This card is pretty amazing because like you can steal their card, and then you can, with your like dead like the dark arm that you use to kill their back rows. So say that like you stole their Rise Heart, so you just because you don't want to return them, and sometimes you just cannot battle somehow. So, or even if after you battle, you can just overlay and make them. And if you battled, you can also make a former Terror Zeus for free, if you want. If you think Zeus is more important than the Draco feature. So, or also like you can make former Terror Zeus and then use these to clear more, and then just have these for their turn. So utopic feature was just amazing. Honestly, you should have won the OSCS using this, but just unlucky team. Oh yeah, but anyways, I was gonna add these for instead of these, because they are for situation where I got D-barrier, but like I never got D-barriered somehow. And I also do side in the one D-barrier for my crossout target going second against in the mirror match, because in mirror match like going first, opponent will still keep the Eclipse and nib anyways for when they go first, so it's pretty important to keep your crossouts. Anyways, for my side deck, for the case tournament, I played 2 Judgment, 1 Red Lotus, and 3 D barrier. The 6 always for going first in against Despia and the mirror match. And then for going second cards, I had a D shifter, just 2, not 3, because you don't want to like draw multiple, and it's just actually not good right now. Just to see 1, you just play 2, and then 1 sphere mode. I just actually realized in the middle of tournament after summoning it that sphere mode is actually bad against the Despia. I don't want to go that far, go too deep about it, but anyways, this is for a mirror match just only. So because of that, I might eventually just cut it, but I play it as a 1-up, so that like if you banish 6 off of Prosperity, you will see it against like decks like Despia. In mirror match, you typically want to side out the Prosperity because they might mind hacker you, and it will just like banish too many cards and also lock your zone. So, but anyways, I might end up cutting it because of that, because it's not good against Despia. And I play the double Dark Hole thrust for extra going second cards, and the evenly matched. You can search with the thrust, so I'm basically playing like 3 offs. And 1 harpy for like back row, so like against back row deck I can side in these 4. I did feel that like they are not enough, definitely not enough for back row deck that I have to play against, but I just hope that I would never not play against them. And I never played against like a trap deck in general, so it was enough. But since I'm expecting more trap decks in the future, like Labyrinth getting more popularity, I'll change these 2 into like 1 more even match and 1 lightning storm or something like that, or like cosmic cyclones, like as a 1 of is decent as well. In the YCS main event, I ended up, because one of my teammate won it, I ended up siding like one Lingerable, but like the one really like evenly locked me at all. So I don't think like that's really necessary. Just having 15 side deck is really important right now. So before I finish this video, I was gonna like talk about the side deck logic. So in both in mirror match and the SPI matchup, I would want these 6 cards. So in those cases, I would definitely side these out because I already have as a one-offs, but I would keep the one each because it's a cross-out target. I obviously keep these 3 cross-outs going first because that's why they are 4 going first, and then also because I need 4 more spots, what I did was usually just side these cards out. In branded matchup, I will keep 3 ash, but in mirror matches, I would keep the imperm instead. It's pretty nice. Have like this kind of ratio. So like my current build don't play 2 Veilers, so like Veiler wouldn't be in my deck. So my hand traps that are left in the deck would be this 6 cards after siding. And on some mirror matches, if I feel that opponent really like for example they never nib us because they don't play it, and then when they play themselves they just never play into nib, then I will completely side out the nib and just keep Ash Blossom and play more control-y. So like slight differences depending on their play style, but this is the basic logic. And going second, I obviously try to keep all the hand traps, and in mirror matches, I think Heartbeat is pretty important in mirror because it like hits their birth and the eclipse, and even against the SPI it's pretty good. That's why it's a nice side deck. And Thrust can search it if I need to clear the back row, so it's pretty huge. So in mirror match, Dark Hole is actually pretty important because some people lock 5 zones. So I actually end up needing these 8 cards, and I want to have that to hit with the crossout if they debarrier me, because I'm like making stuff like Zeus is really important. And in mirror match, I like keep just 1 Ash Blossom because it's not because I want to like Ash their unicorn and stuff, but I just want to have a crossout target for their Ash Blossom that is used to block my eclipse. So because of that, I just want to keep 1 Ash. These cards are good, but just not as good compared to the side card. They're good in the main deck when you don't know when you're going first or second. And then these 2 ops that I play are crucial going second, so I would definitely keep them. Sometimes I end up cutting like 1 crossout because like 3 is kind of too many in the mirror. And as I said, I think this card cannot be played in mirror match going second. Going first it's totally fine, obviously. And the last card I always side out is a Big Bang. You don't need that card going second. I mean, it's good to have it in your deck, but if you draw it, it's kind of like you have that card. You just lose just because of that reason. Like going first, I guess it's not the worst case because you can set it and just pretend it's like an imperm, and sometimes it comes up, like the evenly match effect comes up. Yeah. So that's it for my deck profile, and thanks for watching.